Yo, what's going on guys? This is Brandon Dow. Welcome to my new YouTube video. This is my first ever YouTube and I wanted to come in today and talk to you guys about my current store that's making me $200,000 a month. And I want to show you guys how I was able to do this. So a little backstory about me is I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I just turned 20 years old last month and I've had, ups and downs in entrepreneurship. I've actually been doing e-commerce for like a year and a half now. I did start my business journey, my entrepreneurship journey when I turned 18, so about like 2 years ago, I would say so. First thing I ever got into was stock trading. So I was basically day trading. I would trade options, trade shares, and then eventually I blew my whole account and lost like $7,000 ever since I started. And I've had days where I made $2,000, which is crazy, but of course I didn't know how to manage my account and I didn't know how to trade correctly. I didn't learn from my mistakes. And I was actually doing trading during school time. So that's like the only thing that I was really trying to do to make some money off of entrepreneurship. Eventually, I started a detailing company and a power washing company with my friend Kwa. And we were high school buddies. We came together and we came up with a marketing plan and a business plan. After I graduated in 2022, I went on to build a business with my friends. And eventually we made a few $1,000s from doing this and that. But we started off with no money at all and we started off with no equipment. So we started off doing services for free for family and friends. We borrowed some equipment from friends and family and eventually we started increasing our price. During August time when summer was starting to end, I came across a video on TikTok and it was basically talking about dropshipping. And that's when I was like, okay, let me buy this course. I'm actually really intrigued because you can work anywhere you want. You could work online as well. Bought a course and eventually I was able to start my first Shopify store on October 21st. Eventually I went viral 3 days in, which was crazy. If you guys want to check it out, my account is called Deskable. That was my first ever store. The store is not up, of course. I deactivated the Shopify store, but if you want to check out the TikToks and stuff like that, check it out. I've went viral, 4 million views on my first few videos. And eventually it made me like $80. I got my first ever sale after 5 days of starting Shopify. Eventually I ran that product for another 2 weeks, but it was really going nowhere because, I only made 80 bucks and it was already 3 weeks. So I cut that off. I ran 3 more products at the same time. I realized that was not a good idea because you're spreading yourself way too thin and you can't focus all your time and energy into every single store that you have, all the multiple stores that you have. So it's better to just test with one store first. So eventually I found this digital frame product. It's called a memory frame. I named it Memory Frame. If you guys want to check it out, I did make like 15 grand on that store like in 2 months. That was my first winning product. It was the 2022 of December. I realized around that time, beginning of the year of 2023, that my life has changed because I didn't know it was possible for me to make 10 bands a month, So eventually I was able to do it. And during the year of 2023, the beginning of January all the way into March, I was actually able to run up 4 stores that made over $15,000. You guys can see it on the screen somewhere around here. I'll show you all my screenshots. So I kind of stopped dropshipping back in 2023 of March. And that's when I bought my Supra. And that actually helped me a lot because, having a car for my personal brand, it made me blow up on TikTok and Instagram, which led me to the point where I am now, which is April 2nd, 2024. I never had a store that made me 6 figures or even like 7 figures, So I eventually found a partner. Her name's MC. The funny thing is, I found this partner because she was one of my competitors for Memory Frame. I reached out to her and I talked to her and asked her, hey, you have a lot of potential. Let's partner up on a store. I found a product that thought that would do really well because one of my partners or one of my business friends that does dropshipping organic, he came up to me and said, hey man, I made 80K with this product this month. You should test it too. So that's what I did. I ran the product for around like 3 weeks, no viral videos. It was getting very discouraging, but eventually we went viral. Our videos have 40 million views. I'm gonna go on my phone real quick and show you guys how much I actually made today. So let me refresh here. I made about 5.1K in sales today. In the past 7 days, I was able to make, let's see, 47.3K, right? But I got my first ever sale on January 31st for this new store, and going back to the date to Tuesday, the April 2nd, we're up, let's let it load, 431 in about 2 months. So that's pretty good. We had a lot of big spikes certain times because we went viral, like crazy viral on social media. And it's a lot of other spikes here. How when we dumped, actually, if you guys see here, there's some dumps right here. And that is because we did do a lot of refunds. We had a lot of issues when it came to like fulfillment and stock issues, so we had to refund a lot of orders. And just to show you guys and make sure that this is actually a legit brand and is on my phone, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys on the camera here and actually refresh. That's just real, not fake.
Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope my story has inspired you. If you're looking to build your own success in e-commerce or in any other field, remember that consistency, dedication, and learning from failures is key, right? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content about e-commerce, business, and my journey. And as always, stay focused, stay hungry, and keep pushing forward. Until next time.